After helping to implement technology solutions in hundreds of independent insurance agencies, I've discovered something critical. The first 90 days determine whether your investment thrives or dies. In this video, I'll show the exact implementation blueprint that guarantees successful team adoption. As a quick recap, in our first video of this series, we covered the tech decision triangle for evaluating tech purchases. In our second video, we explored the 10 critical questions to ask vendors before you buy anything. Now, let's talk about what happens when you sign the contract, because that's where the real work begins. The 90-day blueprint breaks it down into 3 30-day phases. Phase 1 is the foundation. This is day 1 to day 30. Phase 2 is expansion, days 31 to 60. And phase 3 is optimization, days 61 to 90. Phase 1 is the foundation. It's the first 30 days, and it's about building a strong foundation. Here's your checklist that I want you to go over in week 1. First, identify your power users. 2 to 3 team members who will champion the solution. This is critical for getting mass adoption throughout the entire agency. Second, I want you to schedule dedicated training time. You should block this off like it's a $1 million client meeting. And third, in week 1, is I want you to document your current processes, even the messy ones. Now here's a trick I learned the hard way. Don't try to fix broken processes during implementation. Get the technology working with your current workflows, and then you can optimize later. That should be enough to keep you busy for the first week. Now, weeks 2 and 3, I want you to run a pilot program with your power users. Then I want you to document every question and roadblock that they hit. Third, I want you to create agency-specific cheat sheets. This sort of research and intel is gonna help you and your team avoid all the common pitfalls that everybody else is gonna run into when they start using the technology. Now, in week 4, I want you to spend that entire week reviewing pilot results. I want you to adjust training materials based on real feedback from your champion users. And then I want you to begin thinking about planning your full team rollout. Phase 2 takes place between days 31 and 60, and it's about expansion. This is where we expand it to the full team, but with a twist. Here's something crucial. Roll out the new technology by function, not by department. Start with one core process that everyone uses, master it, and then expand. In week 5, I want you to do the initial all-team training. This is where we bring everybody into a room or onto Zoom, and we're going over high-level features, high-level processes. We're getting everybody sort of acclimated to the system. This is not a deep dive. This is really just sort of getting them familiar with the basic functionality and how it works and why we're doing this in the first place. Weeks 6 through 7, I want you to conduct daily 15-minute check-ins with your champions and with each person on the team, just to sort of feel them out, understand where they're having struggles, or understand what they like about it and how you can sort of adopt or optimize going forward. And in week 8 is the full first progress review and adjustment. I want you to create what I would call technology office hours. These are specific times when your power users are available for quick questions and help. This really prevents the "I didn't want to bother you" syndrome that kills a lot of adoption. Phase 3 is what we call optimization. This is days 61 through 90. The final 30 days are all about cementing habits and optimizing processes. In week 9, I want you to gather team feedback systematically. You can do this in your 15-minute huddles, or as you just sort of vibe with the team on Slack or Discord or whatever you might use inter-office communication-wise. Just start to get feedback on what's working, have some discussions. Week 10, I want you to identify and fix the adoption gaps. Start to learn and see how certain team members are using it, where other team members are not using it, where things aren't matching. Make sure everybody is following the same process and the same procedures. Week 11 through 12, I want you to document your best practices and then create your final playbook. Here's the secret to making technology stick. You need to make it harder to not use the new system than to use it. That means gradually removing old safety nets. Here's a hyperbolic example. Let's say Susie sits at her desk, and instead of notating the new system or putting data in the new system, she writes everything on sticky notes and puts them everywhere on her desk and her computer. You get the type. Well, remove the safety net and don't let her use the sticky notes anymore. I mean, just take them away and say, "Susie, you can't do it that way anymore. I need you to put data into the system." After these 90 days, we're gonna start to get into the success metrics. By day 90, you should see an 80% team adoption rate. If you don't see the team adoption rate, then you need to make some hard calls with people on the team. Then you should also see clear usage patterns in your data. You should start to see uniformity, things should match. There should be nothing out of whack as to why data looks a certain way. Everything should tell a story. Third, you have documented processes for new hire training. All of your cheat sheets, all of your battle cards, all of the training, everything is documented. It lives in Notion, it lives in your CRM, it lives in Google Docs. It doesn't matter where it lives. You have a documented process for when you hire new people, they can fall right in line. And then you should also have identified areas for optimization. Now let's play a little game here. I want you to take out your phone right now. If you're watching this video on your phone, you could do it afterwards. But I want you to open up your calendar. I want you to look at the next 90 days. Are there any major events that would derail this implementation timeline? Because if there are, I want you to be honest with yourself. If they are, you need to adjust your start date. But I don't want you to use this as an excuse to procrastinate. We see this all the time in technology. Being on this side of the table, somebody will say, well, I want to get past the holidays. And then they get past the holidays. And they go, well, I need to get past my 1/1 renewals. And then they get past their 1/1 renewals. And then they say, well, I got to get past tax season or whatever the case is. And then they get past tax season or whatever the case is. And then they say, well, it's going into summer and we're going on a vacation. I'm not going to be in the office a whole long. Let's do this in Q3 or 4. And then we wait for them to get back from vacation, and then it just repeats the same cycle over and over again. So be honest, but don't use this as an excuse to procrastinate. I do want you, however, to watch out for these red flags during your implementation. First red flag is just this one-time exceptions becoming regular, meaning you have team members or people on your team and they're making mistakes, they're not following the plan as you have outlined it, and it's well, I just did it this one time. There are no exceptions. Nothing can become regular. You follow the plan, you can adjust the overall strategy if you need to, but you need to follow the plan. You need to see about declining usage patterns, meaning people get really excited for the first couple days or weeks, and then usage sort of drops off. Hopefully, if you're following this 90-day blueprint, you're gonna identify those really quickly, and you're gonna be able to adjust and call it out if you need to. And then third is a growing backlog of training questions. This 90-day blueprint is gonna set your team up for a lot of success, and whatever technology you purchase, you're gonna begin to implement it immediately. Now, if you are ready to see modern technology and how it can transform your agency, then I would like to use this opportunity to invite you to schedule a demo of GloveBox, and we'll show you exactly how we're helping agencies like you serve their clients better in a digital age. Our implementation process follows this exact blueprint with automated rollout campaigns over 90 days via text and emails branded to your agency that typically see between a 25 and 30% adoption rate with your clients just from the start. If you found this series valuable, hit like and subscribe so you don't miss out on our next videos on agency tech adoption or transformation. We're constantly creating new content to help agencies like yours navigate the complex world of insurtech and deliver exceptional client experiences.